Okay, hopefully you guys are really excited right now because we just created your very first ad. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn it into multiple ads for testing purposes without you having to invest a lot of time. All the work has been done before you got to this point, okay? Now that we have this ad created, let's go ahead and start to create multiple variations of this without having to actually rewrite anything. What I want you to do now is, now that you have your first ad created, you haven't published it yet, right? You haven't reviewed and published it yet because we want to be able to create different ads, testing different elements across multiple segments of your market, so different interests. So let's go ahead and do the first thing first. Once you have your first campaign up, you got your campaign level set up, you got your first ad set up, you got your first ad set up. What we want to do now is create 3 different ads minimum, right? 3 to 5 ads per ad set. Okay, so we're going to create 3 to 5 different ads that we're going to run to the same ad set. In this case, it was those who were engaged, those who fall into the Investopedia ad set. Okay, those who have that interest. So for us, we're gonna go ahead now, we're gonna go to edit this, right? And number one, I'd make this, the title would be something that matches the image, right? So this might be forest, just letting you know, right? Okay, so we have image 1, forest, okay. Now let's go back here, we have that changed. So what we're gonna do here is once you have your ad created, we're gonna go to duplicate. Inside of the duplicate option, we're gonna make sure that you're using the existing ad campaign, okay? Use the existing ad campaign that it's originated in. And then what we're gonna wanna do is copy it into the existing ad set. You wanna make sure it's the same ad set. So we have our test campaign with our test audience, and how many numbers? Well, here we want at least 3, right? So we're gonna go and do 2 duplicates or 2 copies. And now what it's gonna really build out for you are, guess what? Those 2 extra ones. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna click off one here, okay? And we're gonna go to image number 2, and let's say this one is, because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna change the image. We're just changing the image. So if this hook, okay, if this exact, hook and image and headline are all gonna be about, let's say, the trade show booths and stuff like that, then what we would do is we would say, okay, so image number 2 would be busy booth, busy booth. And then I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna keep the exact ad copy the same, the URL the same, the headline the same, the call to action the same. The only thing that I'm gonna change is gonna be this image. So I'm gonna hit the clear images button, and I'm gonna go ahead and select new image. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload an image, and usually, or I can find another image inside here, but let's say that this is a busy booth, right? So I might come to right here, we can go back, let's just take this one. Now again, don't do this, right? Don't do what we're doing here. I just wanna save time to get these images for you. Don't take images from Google, okay? Don't take images from Google. So then we have upload images, and so I've gotten this image from a royalty-free site, okay? As pretend I got this from a royalty-free site because I'm not launching this. I'm gonna go to confirm. Okay, so now I have the exact same thing with a different image. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it into, I'm gonna come back up here to my other copy. I'm gonna call this image number 3, and it's gonna be, let's say, empty booth. Right, so let's go back here and let's just choose empty trade show booth. And let's just see, this is one that's got the Getty images on it. But like that would be great right there, right? That would be great if we can get it, like you can go to Getty images and get that one. So I'm just gonna use that one right there. Save images, save that. And I'm gonna come back to my ads manager and I'm gonna just upload that one image right back into this new one. So empty booth, come back here, clear images, select my image, upload images, and then drag and drop that bad boy. Now look at how easy this is, right? Look at how easy this is. And then we don't change anything. Okay, so now this ad set is done, right? We have, if we were to, let's go ahead and edit this one again because it doesn't make much sense to have a forest there. So let's go back and let's choose, let's say, people screaming at trade show. So I might come here and maybe have a, let's see, come on, there we go. Okay, so we have people screaming at a booth. Okay, you might have something like, let's see, we're just looking for something. One of these might not pop out to you. They might, who knows. Just trying to find something that makes it look, that's gonna give me some nice hook. It's a little bit different, right? So what about selling at trade show? You're gonna see that we're just taking different words and we're trying to figure out where these people are at. So we might say something like this, right? Solid little trade show cover right here. So it could be this one. And we're gonna go and title this one, image 1, right? People talking at trade show. There we go. And now we have clear images, select image, upload images, and now drag and drop. Now we have our image up there, and all I gotta do is confirm that bad boy, and now guess what? We have 3 different images, all with the same exact ad copy, the same exact headline, running to a same market. What this is gonna give you is a natural test for your images. Okay, so the test 1 that we're gonna use is your image. The second test we're gonna do is gonna be your ad copy. And the way you do a testing for your ad copy is you keep everything else the same. So we would have done this exact same process, okay, let's say in 3 days from now, we see that image number 1 works the best, the one that we're on right now. This one is the best converting image. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna now take this same image and we're gonna create 3 different sets of ad copy to run to the same market. So what we're doing is we're eliminating the process of what doesn't work, and we're gonna have the information and the data to back up what does work, and then we could use that for future marketing promotions for that same exact demographic, okay? So you're gonna use this for months, for years, depends on how long it takes for it to get fatigued, but we've seen ads run consistently over a year's time, the same ad, and still get great results. So now that we have everything set up with this, let's go back to the ad set, because again, we have multiple ads right here that are being launched. Now we gotta get to the multiple ad set level, okay? So that ad set level now is gonna be right here. Now we already have our ads created, right? We already have our ads created. Now how awesome is this? I can actually duplicate this ad set, and what's gonna happen, it's gonna take and carry over those 3 ads that we just created. So I don't have to recreate a thing. We already have our images that are being tested. We have our ad copy that we know is gonna work. We have our headline and our description. All that stuff's gonna stay the same, but now I'm gonna duplicate this portion. I'll make sure it's coming from the original campaign, and I'm gonna do, let's say, 2 or 3 different copies. I'll have at least 2. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 3 different ad sets, 3 different sets of copy. And all you have to change now here is test audience would be, maybe this one might be for, let's get back here. Let's get back here. Label that here. Okay, so this might be trade show, right? This one might be, let's go to this one. This one might be small business. And this one might be let's see, let's put in trade show, right? Because again, we had to put in, oh, there we go. Oh, the Investopedia, there we go. Okay, so if we're actually going into that, this would be the Investopedia, right? So we have Investopedia. A lot of small businesses go to trade shows, just to let you know. A lot of new businesses go to trade shows for new business. So if we have now, we have the Investopedia group, we have the small business group, we have the trade show group. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I have this one already set up in Investopedia. I'm gonna come here to small business, and instead of having this be Investopedia, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this out, and I'm gonna put it small business. And now we're gonna see right here, boom, small business. Okay, so we got that set up, and now I'm gonna go up to this one here, and I'm gonna type in trade show. Trade show. Trade fair, let's go with the trade fair. It says, so we have 1 million people in that. So now what we're gonna be doing is, if this were all of the audiences that we wanted to go into, look what we just did. We were able to create one campaign, right? So let me get in here and let me refresh this for you. And what you're gonna see now is we have one campaign. Inside that one campaign, we have 3 different ad sets. And for each ad set, we have 3 different ads. So if we get inside here and we get to look at what is exactly inside, look at this. We have 3 different ad sets all created right now, ready to go. And then we have if we look at this, choose all 3 of these. And we got, look at all these ads that you just did, right? You got 9 different ads that are ready to launch. Now here's one thing for you. If you don't have a budget to go ahead and do all 3 of these at that time, right? Then I would do them as much as you can. If I had to split these, if I had a $20 per day budget, I'd do $10 here, $10 here. If I had, and then keep this one to be ran after these 2 got data. Okay, so this would be my backup, okay? Or vice versa, however you wanna do it. But you wanna have, if you have a $10 per day budget, you would do $5 here, $5 here. If you got a $5 per day budget, you do $250 here, $250 here, okay? You have to launch multiple ad sets in order for Facebook to optimize your campaign. There's no question about it that it has to be done like that. So you never wanna launch one ad set at a time with one ad. You wanna launch multiple ad sets with multiple ads, so that way Facebook can do its work for you. So at this point right now, you should be pretty excited, right? You should be able to take everything that we've done today, press publish on these bad boys, and start to get traffic, leads, and sales. All right, so what I want you to do next is create your ad copy, right? Make sure you're up to this point where you have your first ad done. You start to duplicate those ads, duplicate those ad sets, and start to launch multiple testing points throughout your campaign. And then either come into the group, share your results, or pop in on a members call so we can go through this and make sure it's fully functional. All right, I appreciate you guys for watching this specific lesson. Can't wait to pick you up on the next one, and I'll see you there.